It's me again. I've been feeling kind of nostalgic lately, going back and playing some older RPGs, thanks to emulators. God love those things. But it got me thinking about some of the toughest villains, i.e. final bosses, I've seen in some classic RPGs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 RPG villains. Let's get it started. Alright, starting off at number 5, we've got from Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth. I know. A lot of people like to rank him higher, like number 2 or number 1. To me, he wasn't that tough of a battle to begin with. Because once you get your right materia settings, he's a piece of cake. And second of all, to me, he's not really that well developed, that deep of a character. To me, he's just some overrated prick with mommy issues. So, that's the reason I've personally ranked Sephiroth at number 5. Alright, number 4. El Numero Cuatro is, from Lunar Eternal Blue, the Dark God himself, Zophar. Why am I ranking him at number 4? Simple. Yeah, Zophar was an incredibly tough battle, especially once you get to the Omni Zophar phase. But once you get past that one fight, you got one more, and he only does 1 point of damage. Every attack he does, only 1 point of damage. I'm like, bitch, please. So that's one reason I've ranked Zophar at number 4. Another reason being, we see what he does from behind the scenes, but up until you finally storm Pentagulia, what does Zophar really do? He puts a curse on Lucia early on in the game, but after that you don't see or hear much of him until after you reach Pentagulia. Not really that deep of a villain, if you ask me. Alright, number 3 is from Legend of Dragoon, an not very well known but very well liked RPG on the original PlayStation, Melbu Frama. This guy kept the soul of a dark god and didn't think he would be corrupted by it? Come on, folks. But, truth be told, this was one of the toughest final boss battles I've seen in an RPG. And it's only been topped by 2 others. None by number 2 and my number 1. So, Melbu, many props, tough battle, great story, still only number 3. And El Numero Dos, number 2, is from the Phantasy Star franchise, Dark Force. Now, mind you, I'm going Phantasy Star 1 through 4, and I'm not even delving into Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Universe, because to me, it just kind of goes downhill from there. But Dark Force in the original 4 Phantasy Star games was nothing more than a small fraction of the power of an even greater Dark Lord called the Profound Darkness, who you get to fight in Phantasy Star 4. But before you get to face the Profound Darkness in 4, you gotta fight Dark Force 3 times! 3! And those are 3 incredibly tough battles. And in Phantasy Stars 1, 2, and 3, Dark Force is the final boss. Which frankly, If that's only a fraction of the power of the profound darkness from in those 3 battles, how come once you get your strategy down right, the profound darkness really wasn't that tough in Phantasy Star 4? That boss had the potential to be a beast. But once you got your strategy down, again, the profound darkness wasn't all that tough. That's why it's not ranked on here, but Dark Force is. Dark Force, number 2. And finally, number 1. My all-time favorite classic RPG villain is none other than the Magic Emperor himself. That's right, folks, from Lunar the Silver Star, or Silver Star Story, whichever version you played, and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, Ghaleon himself. Now, in Lunar the Silver Star, or Silver Star Story, as I said, whichever version you played, Ghaleon is the final boss, and he's incredible. This is probably the toughest final boss battle I've played in an RPG, especially in Silver Star Story, where they ramped that up to 11. Yeah, he was tough in the original Sega CD version, but they ramped him up in Silver Star Story. But, tough battle aside, the reason I'm ranking Ghaleon at number 1 goes to character depth. You see it. From Silver Star through Eternal Blue. In Silver Star Harmony, you get to see the start of Ghaleon's fall into the darkness, with the fall of Dragon Master Dyne, and Althena being reborn as a human. You get to see how far Ghaleon falls throughout the entirety of Silver Star Story. And then, after his death at the hands of Dragon Master Alex, he is brought back in Lunar Eternal Blue by Zophar to be his servant, but Ghaleon takes this opportunity as a chance for redemption and actually helps Hero and his party from behind the scenes. And Ghaleon is probably one of the best developed characters in this game series. That's the reason he's number 1. And icing on the cake was the incredible voice work in both Silver Star and Eternal Blue on the Sega CD and PlayStation by John Truitt. That actor was incredible as his voice, which added another layer of depth to the character himself. That's it. The best all-time RPG villain, in my honest opinion, is Ghaleon. Well, there you have it, folks. Numbers 5 through 1, some of the best RPG final bosses in the history of RPGs, at least in my opinion. What do you think? Drop me a comment. Rate, subscribe. Until next time, folks. See ya.